Last time on Tales of Zestiria.
Do you think we got our message across to her?
She was listening. More than that, I cannot say.
Yeah, bye. I'm done with your bullshit.
Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome back to Tales of Zestiria. First of all, we have a very important thing to talk about. So, in most of my games, I try to do the largest amount of content I can without getting bored or frustrated. And this shows in a lot of the games I played. Like Gravity Rush 1, I did every single bit of DLC, and most of the side missions that had any sort of story to them. But then in Gravity Rush 2, since a lot of the side missions were kind of on the bland side, I wound up not doing a majority of them because there were like 40 or something. It was a little bit on the ridiculous side. But here, I honestly feel like I have had my fill of Zestiria, so I'm going to say from here on out, we're just going to be going through the story until the game ends. And I know a few of you guys are like, but I want you to see this thing, this really cool thing. Well, I turned on this game yesterday, and I'm on normal difficulty, mind you. And I lost to a pair of gorillas with axes for 2.5 hours that were only 5 levels above me. This game can become frustrating above all else, and when that payoff isn't exactly worth it, like most of the side quests I've done, I really stop feeling an incentive to do it, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did in Gravity Rush 2, which is say, hey, I did a bunch of side quests, I'm content. There's probably some content I'm missing at the end, like cameo appearances, or Phoenix showing up, which I'm sure I have to fight. But honestly, I don't feel like going around and collecting all 100 Norman. And I don't feel like going around and touching every single stone, waystone, I don't know what they're called, but apparently there's one for that. And I also don't feel like going around and getting every single Seraphim, not every single Seraphim, every single shopkeeper in the game up to like 6 stars to do that. And I generally just kind of want to be done with Zestiria. And don't take this the wrong way, I don't completely hate the game. For some reason, when I say something negative, the comment section explodes with hatred, and I don't quite like that. You are completely allowed to like the thing that I don't like. Not that I don't like this game, I think it's okay. And you are definitely allowed to dislike things that I like. That's true, you can do whatever you want. But there's no need to like just start absolutely hating the game because I stopped having fun at some point. But yeah, let's just go continue and finish the story because I have no drive to do anything else. So we have to go to Heldolf, who is linked with Mount Hellas. Oh, a point of interest. Found a new discovery point, Kamlan's founding monument.
This stone monument looks pretty new.
It says something here. Let this be the beginning.
A monument commemorating the establishment of Kamlan? The beginning of what, I wonder? Michael had just quit being a shepherd.
The beginning of a normal life with his family, I suspect.
And also, maybe, the first step toward a world without malevolence. So Kamlan's name, the Origin Village, it probably didn't initially mean the origin of the Age of Chaos.
He meant it to instill hope. Michael.
There's still a chance, Lila. We can make Kamlan the origin of hope again.
By bringing a close to the Age of Chaos. Indeed.
AP increased by 1.
The malevolence is getting stronger and stronger. Are you guys doing all right?
You don't have to worry about us. We're fine.
Oh,
Not bad.
okay then.
Yeah, just worry about yourself.
How's this? Dream.
So tell me, why are they called vampires?
Well, don't they suck your blood?
Once it bites you, it may never let you go.
Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay. Oh, Artorias' throne. Someone mentioned it earlier in the comment section, and I had no idea what you meant, because I didn't think they even thought of Artorias till now, but this is the same location. That's pretty cool. And it somehow looks even more evil than it was back then. Actually, it looks like half the temple's missing. Oh, good God, how did this even happen? I guess no one can technically get over here because they have to get through that dungeon first and open those doors to get here, but still. I mean, at least it's horizontally wide instead of vertically wide, like Artorias' throne, or not Artorias', Artorias' floating castle was, because that one was pretty bad.
The amount of malevolence here is just crazy. If Seraphim wasn't here, we'd all be dragons by now.
Is Mount Hellas emitting it, or is it flowing into Mount Hellas? In either case, the malevolence here is definitely what turned Mount Hellas into a Hellion.
The heart of the malevolence seems to be in the back of the village, and there we should find
Heldolf and Mount Hellas.
Let's go!
The Hellions in this region are incredibly strong. You must be careful.
I will. You guys do the same.
We got this. Never underestimate the Shepherd's posse.
Yeah, I can't be underestimated
So
if we're
much
playing on
malevolence.
simple.
It's way worse than the last time we fought Heldolf.
It just means we're getting closer and closer to him.
Yeah, we can't afford to let our guards down.
Yeah, I was kind of so sick of some of the things going on in the game, I actually turned the difficulty all the way down to simple. So, yeah. Some of the side quest enemies were kicking my ass. How am I supposed to beat Heldolf like this? Whoa, this place is crazy. Can't go across there, I guess, till I get on that other side and burn that. Because for some reason, well, I guess Flames of Purification makes sense. I doubt this is gonna open. This is like the straight entry. Oh, it is. Whoa. You know, the weird part
Haven't tried it myself, but I'm sure it's tasty.
You always like cutting me off, Rose. The weird part about all this is I don't remember exploring anything else of this shrine when we played Berseria. I think we only walked into, like, the front room. Can I go across? Whoops, wrong one. I can. Oh, hey, it's the fire puzzles from all the way back at the fire temple. That's cool. And 4. Oh no, does that mean there's gonna be an eyeball room too? Oh, there's so many doors. It's gonna be so easy to get lost in here. But that's kind of what I expect from like a final dungeon. In Artorias', I got lost for a very different reason. I hated his final dungeon, to be honest. Like, as far as Tales dungeons goes, I think it was really cool looking. And when you looked at it from the outside, you're like, oh, this is great. But the fact that there is no way to fast travel from the top room is a little ridiculous. Like, usually they have some sort of save point before the final boss door. But you just can't. Like, I think you can travel back down was the thing, but you couldn't travel back up. Like, there was no shortcut to get to the top. Slaven Shadow. Oh my goodness. If you look at this from the outward view, it becomes much more daunting. Ooh, okay, I have no idea which way I should be going. Which way's forward and which way's backwards? I don't know. There's the bridge where we came in. Death sheets. A pile of paper foretelling the end of the world, while also noting the imminent hour of doom. To some, this may be their moment of salvation. Jeez. Wait, what? Can't go through here. Oh, hey, I remember this. Got it. I forgot. What was the gimmick for the Earth Temple? There's a mechanic. Oh, that's right. We just had to go down to the basement and knock down a bunch of pillars. That's what it was. Ooh! Hi there, buddy. Wanna go? Let's do it then. You're still level 64, even on simple.
Dance ready for dirty dancing!
Trigger! Glimmer Dragon! Dream Slash!
Okay,
Crimson Edge!
Trigger! Glimmer Dragon!
Raging Winds!
5 stars!
It's time! Howling Blade! Full Tempest!
Gonna feel
Ready?
Whirling dragon.
Strike! Yeah!
Cloud cutter.
Ready for dirty dancing?
Be gone! No escape! How's this?
Hellgate!
Corpse is going to hell.
Gonna feel the burn!
Focus!
Final embrace.
Right,
Sand
it's
blade.
time.
Glimmer rules everything. How about that? Grab the trigger.
Construct of humility.
Glimmer dragon. Air
Focus!
puncher.
Focus!
Just go down, buddy.
Your
Ready
work.
for
Glimmer
dirty
dragon.
dancing?
Slice through air!
We fought one of these earlier, but it wasn't as colorful. This one's like, kind of has the color palette of a parrot, almost. Uh-oh, what is that? I don't know what that was. That was actually kind of anticlimactic.
Crimson Edge!
It's like a giant energy charge, and then nothing came out of it.
Be gone! Echo shot! Ready? No escape!
Mikleo, I need you out here.
Feel the burn!
Let's do this,
My
Mikleo.
ball's the heavens! The vortex swallows you! Aqua limit!
Burrowing dragon.
Breakdown! Binding vortex! Nice job, Mikleo.
You've been slacking off, haven't you?
I love that random bolt of lightning in the background. Like, we should probably go inside, and Zeray's like, no, I'm gonna stand here and pro-fist you. Okay. It might be like the end of Berseria, where to get everyone's last and final... Well, not the final Mystic Arts, because they had combined Mystic Arts, which you had to go through the final secret dungeon to get. But, to get everyone's final ones, you had to go to the last dungeon, and there were all these super enemies you had to fight. And you could get each one by fighting the different enemies, which is pretty cool. Although, if I have to be honest, now I'm a little lost. Because in normal dungeons, maps help a little bit. In this one, not so much. The maps aren't as useful as I would have hoped. Deadly Rage. Unleashing a Mystic Art with HP at 25% or less reduces the required BG for each character by 1, once only. That's a weird one, and I don't have anywhere near the amount of AP necessary to do that. What's over here? Is this... Yeah, this is the one to the left of the bridge I saw earlier. Which means there's probably another super strong enemy up top. Oh, here's this mechanic. Although it's not used nearly as creatively here. I do love that I'm having to use all the different powers to get through all these rooms, but some of this just doesn't really make any sense. Like, Artorias is just like, I need you guys to bring in a bunch of stone blocks. It's like, for what, sire? Just put them right in front of the door. Like, but Lord Artorias, why would right in front of the door? Is he always like this? And all the other, Abbey members just nod quietly. Burn. The only one I haven't seen is the water puzzle so far. There's always a chance I can miss it, but never know. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I haven't seen a single enemy
Still
in here...
no sign of him or his traps? The wait is almost the worst thing.
I'm starting to feel very uneasy about this.
Hey, didn't I tell us to keep our chins up? Doesn't do any good to speculate.
You're right.
So as I was saying before, these characters cut me off like they always seem to. The reason we're not running into any enemies is because I used a holy bottle. And since everyone is a lower level than me, since we're on simple, there are no enemies. Invalida. Got any equipment? I don't know. Put it on the slave in shadow. See you, little guy. Found a new discovery point. A horde of ritual swords.
Saray, take a look. Ritual swords. Yeah. Looks like this place had something to do with shepherds after all. There used to be a great many shepherds. If only some of them were still walking this earth. Right. But history is history, and it's put us here now. You, me, everyone. True enough. And don't forget, every moment we live is also part of history. then we better do what we can not to disappoint our future selves.
Yep. After all, the future's filled with jerks like me who hold the past to an impossible standard.
Criticize this, you jerks.
That's one of the things I don't really get, is they talk about the past and giant wars with all these shepherds, and I know that they're not just referring to the Abbey itself. They are specifically saying shepherds. So, what happened with all of that? Am I supposed to assume that happened in the time after Eleanor took over the Abbey? Am I supposed to... Because back when there was Artorias, he was the shepherd. There was no more shepherds, there was the shepherd. And that also doesn't explain why there's only one shepherd now. Maybe I missed something, but this is kind of weird. Because in order for Zaveid to be the shepherd, he had to pull that giant sword out. Does that mean that there's a bunch of swords sitting around everywhere that each shepherd has to pull out to become one, or a weapon or something like that? It's kind of unclear. This entire area kind of reminds me of, like the Nobody Castle from Kingdom Hearts. It's the second episode I brought up Kingdom Hearts now. Water. Oh, whoops. Water. I actually don't remember this being part of the puzzle, but it's probably just warning us that there are eyeballs ahead. Somewhere. I see you. You can't trick me, you demon. No! I thought I could get away with it. I find it weird that I can't just pop the bubble myself. Because the fact that I can't means that before I reach another eye, I have to just walk around in circles waiting for the bubble to pop. I also noticed the more you walk in it, the darker blue that the bubble turns. Indicating that it's close to breaking, which is a nice little feature. Whoa!
Now this'll be a...
It's just a dinosaur. That's all it is. It's just a dinosaur with a hideous color palette.
good time.
Let's get him. Ready?
Rising storm.
Ready?
Magnetic field. Shield.
Gale.
Torrents of wind. Forces of nature.
Ready? Strike.
Rising storm. Magnetic field.
Lion's howl.
Shield.
Lion's howl. I'll give my all.
Wind legs. Magnetic field.
Red darkness. I won't lose. Lion's
Here I
howl.
go. Torrents of wind. Forces of nature.
Rising sand. Cry out. Take this.
Earth Lord!
Okay, let's do this.
Behold, radiant
All
ruin.
this damage that's about to come out.
Revolution. Rising sands.
Torrent spit laser vortex.
That actually wasn't all that much for hitting a weak point while he was stunned with a Mystic Art. Dinosaur, please stop. But now we have to heal with healing items instead of the Seraphic heals, because they are bad now because they don't scale with level for some reason.
You're pretty much screwed.
Uh-oh.
Lord of Fire!
Gotta be careful still. Some of those attacks could still really hurt.
Rampaging giant.
Cry out! Release my spirit!
Rising sands.
Up here, flames!
That won't scrap time.
Calamity Flare!
Eat this.
He's not even facing me.
Ready? Go.
I don't know what he's doing.
Be gone. Ready? Go.
You're pretty much screwed.
Calamity
Be gone.
Flare!
Cry out. Rock winner. Be gone.
Trap them!
Rock winner.
Rain of
Rose.
Fire!
Rising sand. Cry out. It can't end here.
Get him!
Ice.
Uh-oh, we died. Better switch to... It won't let me switch characters for some reason. There we go.
Storm of flames
Here
surround
goes.
me! Flare vortex! Flames gather! There, got it!
Shadow shock.
You shan't escape!
There we
Just swing
go.
your sword around and win.
What about swinging an umbrella around?
Some of us are low on health.
We keep getting a bunch of weapons, though. The problem with the weapons right now is that a lot of people, no, just Saray actually, that Saray already has something that's upgraded quite a bit, so it's hard to justify giving him another weapon of some kind. Because I have that Court Sword +9, which is better than most of the weapons I already have, and this took me forever to farm. Like, I think I had to spend 4 hours playing the game just to get it to, like, Court Sword +9 or something. It was a little ridiculous how long this took me to get, especially at the point of the game I was trying to farm this weapon, and I couldn't imagine doing that for every single party member for every single slot of gear like the game kind of wants me to. So that's one of the reasons I turned it down to simple. Go ahead and teleport me down. Where does this go then? Oh, the second floor. Oh, hey, we're right at the steps now. Neat. This brings back memories. In fact, this brings back memories of the first day of Berseria, actually. The very first episode, or I guess technically second, since the whole sacrifice thing didn't happen until the second episode, I think. But it's the exact same conditions.
Hey, Zaveid.
Cool.
Didn't you say before that you had a score to settle with Maltellus?
Yeah, but it looks like I won't have to kill him.
The fact that you met Saray opened new possibilities for you, didn't it?
Yes, my fated meeting. Too bad my destiny was a shepherd, not a pair of hot twins.
Are you dumb?
Seriously. To kill one of the 5 lords? Even to think that you could kill them is ridiculous.
Well, you never know what'll happen until you try.
The problem is in Zaveid's mind, he sees like this child. And he's like, yeah, I could probably take him.
You knew your answer from the start, and you've stuck with it the whole way through. I'm actually impressed.
Why, thank you, Rosie. Care to sign a pact and be my vessel?
Too far.
Ow!
Thanks a lot, Zaveid.
Hmm?
It makes me really happy that by meeting each other, you found a way to save yourself.
There's something that really makes me laugh of Saray pulling out a gun after saying thank you, Zaveid, and be like, it really makes me happy just looking at the gun.
Saray. I swear, you're the corniest guy alive. You gotta stop being such a softy. We still got work to do.
Right.
Got Shepherd's outfit. Determination. Determination. Let's see what that is. Bet it's gonna be rad. Excuse me? It's not even different? It just changes the song? Are you serious? Okay. That's kinda lazy. Wait, you gotta be kidding me, right? Saray's endgame outfit is literally the same thing with a different song. Whatever. Oh shoot, I don't want to go up here yet. Save point. And warp point. Want to get both of these.
Where the hell is this?
This is incredible. It defies all reason.
The massive amount of malevolence must be behind this warped scenery.
And so that's why the landscape here is so out of this world?
If there is a hell, I wonder if it's like this.
Says the person who's actually been to it.
I told you I'd tell you all about it when I see it, ladies. And I have a feeling I won't be waiting long.
Glad to see everyone still got the energy to joke around at least.
They're the same as ever, that's for sure.
I don't think you guys can be the ones to say that.
Oh yeah? Well then how about a guy like me?
Very reassuring. Yeah, really.
Marin Glace, the king of snacks. Ice cream?
With their rich aroma and elegant sweetness, Marron's glacés are masterpieces, with ingredients that come from the bounty of Earth.
Indeed. It's a luxurious suite that would be best savored at an afternoon tea party.
Darn right. Chicks dig classy stuff like that.
You sure seem to be knowledgeable about what goes on in a lady's mind, Zaveid.
Sweets are important because they hold the key to a lady's heart.
Maroon's glacés require the utmost delicacy and devotion to make.
It's been said that an ancient king once sent them as a gift to his beloved queen.
Yep, with its touch of romance and sweet chestnuts, it's the perfect treat to get you some sweet, if you know what I mean.
Your pickup lines are about as smooth as sandpaper, and you wouldn't know what to do with Maroon's glacés in a million years. Get real.
These are really random skits to be having all the way up here.
So I found this sketchy-looking equipment.
Sketchy? You'd have to not know left from right as a merchant if you really think so.
You're lecturing me about the ways of a merchant?
It's true that its name, appearance, and capabilities are all kind of wonky. But you can fuse it with the same
Oh no,
types
here
of
comes
equipment.
another Lila
But
lesson.
that's expensive, isn't it?
You might think so. But the cost of fusion will be offered at its lowest price ever. Soon this wonky piece of equipment will be a household item.
So it is actually wonky?
Plus, get this. If you fuse it 10 times and then hand it over to the Lord of the Land, guess what happens?
The Lord of the Land will provide you, and only you, with a free blessing.
They're taking
Isn't
the
that
ice
same
and
as
joke
with any other
further.
equipment?
They took the ice and joke even further. Alright. Well, I still don't know if this is going to be the last episode. If there's a final in the title or something, then it's definitely the last one. If there's not, then I may plan to do some more stuff with Zestiria before I end it. But, first, I'm assuming that Mautelis is going to be right up these steps. Or Heldolf, either one, or both. So I'm actually going to turn the difficulty back up to hard. Why, you ask? Just so I can lose. And see how impossible this actually is. There's no way I'm beating him. On hard? Yeah, right. Alright, let's head up there. Oh, this brings back so many memories. The spot where we all stood around and talked before confronting Artorias. It's where I do all the side quests. Like, I'm still kind of upset I miss Mogaloo's, but that castle drove me insane. Who knew that that altar was a baby sacrifice spot?
We're here. Yeah.
Saray, no matter what, all of us are here behind you. Never forget that.
So, there you have it.
So there you have it.
Let's kick some ass!
Thanks, guys. For everything. Time to bring an end to all of this. Let's go.
The two of them haven't once mentioned their Gramps ever since we entered Kamlan.
True. Perhaps they mean to show him that it won't do him any good to bring harm to Zenris.
I don't know. Look to me like they're just scared. Like they're afraid to acknowledge their weaknesses.
Come on.
Oh, this room. We'll never forget this area. Well, there he is, standing in a malevolence tornado.
Heldolf, it's time to settle this!
A world where all who live know pain. It is indisputable that every creature yearns to be liberated from this senseless suffering. Why do you fight back, Shepherd?
It may be that the world you strive for would free us all from suffering and anguish. But I still don't think it's the right solution.
We don't want to avert our eyes from pain.
Only in knowing hardship can we celebrate and feel enlivened in the good times.
That's right. We want to be able to feel that we're alive.
The peace that only comes from fighting against suffering. Surely you don't think the world should consider that a blessing?
We're not saying it's a bad thing to run away from it.
Just that we don't plan to do that.
I merely speak of the laws of nature.
You mean to live is to obey the laws of nature?
What else would it be?
You're wrong. All that is not being dead. You, of all people, ought to know just how painful that can be.
Let me ask you one more time, Shepherd Saray. Join me.
Never!
The Lord of Calamity and the Shepherd, so they are this world's light and dark. But I will not succumb to light.
I won't give in to darkness!
Oh my god, are we really doing the light-dark speech right now? Okay, Heldolf, I'm ready to look... No way in hell. What? Yeah, there's no way I was beating him on hard. The hell does the game expect me to grind to, like, level 104? At the end of Berseria, I think I was, like, 80-something, maybe? 70-something at most? But, like... Holy shit, I'm nowhere near his level.
Everyone!
We must draw Maltelis's powers out from him.
Otherwise, we'll never be able to identify their bond. Got it!
No escape!
My divine
It's over!
Hurt
Heldolf,
all!
think you could stop blocking?
Water! Shred my foes! That did it!
Yeah, that was about what I expected.
Weakling!
Torrents of wind. This guy's brutal. How'd he get so damn strong?
Maybe he's all tweaked out on catnip.
You think?
Such blather. Where does this spark come from?
Someone like you.
Would never understand.
Weakling!
Trap them! Ignite flames! Get lost!
He has the same spike move that Eisen has. I just noticed that.
Have your hands tied?
Release my spirit!
Wasn't strong enough.
Geoshot!
Weakling!
Repentance!
Go get him!
Maggie!
Can't be... Lord of Water!
Here I go! Ice!
Blue flare!
All in all, he really doesn't hit that hard, but
Shoot!
I'm having trouble doing any damage at all.
Weakling!
Like, he's blocking far
Let's
too
wait
much.
this out.
Hey! Spirit cleanse!
Maggie!
Weakling!
Bilk Sadea!
Violent projectile!
Rain! Carve my path!
Have your hands tied?
This might be bad. Saray.
Weakling!
Ow.
Counting on.
Oh, holy waters!
Rainbow!
Heal our
Weakling.
Stratus cloud!
I'm not doing, like, anything.
Purity
Awaken,
heal!
Redder!
I'm not sure if this is on purpose or it's just
Healing powers!
I'm nowhere near the level I should be to do this.
Heal our wounds!
Don't mess.
Have your hands tied?
Purity heal!
The earth rages!
Smite them violence! Resilient
Weakling.
aim!
Time you learn some humility. Air pressure!
Don't mess.
With me! The earth rages! Get ready!
Oh, holy
Uh-oh.
waters! Heal our wounds!
The earth rages! Get ready!
Weakling!
Rainbow! Time you learn some humility.
Guys, let's...
Okay.
I think I accidentally just commanded them to...
Smack it up.
Have your
Time you
hands
learn some
tied?
humility. Time you learn some humility. Time you learn some humility. Air pressure. Time you learn some humility.
Try this!
Air pressure. Race
Change to Lila.
Behold the
This is like Lila's best spell.
destruction coming.
I use it to get through so many fights.
Ha-ha. Behold the destruction of flames. Heat waves coming. Burn, burn, burn. Water. Ha-ha.
Weakling!
Same zero. Pierce and explode.
How long can I keep it up before Heldolf figures it out? Before he figures out my strategy.
Blazing demons come forth. Burning vermilion rains. Burn bright red. Aim and fire. Blistering flame. Six blazing demons come forth. Burning blazing demons come forth. Lightning strike. Vermilion rains. Vermilion rains. Burn bright. Behold the destruction of flames. Heat waves.
Better resurrect Saray, too. Since they're all over there just fighting.
Afraid not.
Saray, I just revived you.
Arrow. Burn bright. Vermilion rains. Great unknown type of Hellion.
There you go, Saray.
Shatter Deluge!
You have a bit of health now.
Oh, hey, I got through phase 1, probably.
But of course, no matter how strong you get, you cannot abandon the one who raised you.
Saray?
What?
Gramps.
What?
What?
You said you wouldn't give in to darkness. Then what is it you feel this very moment?
He's absorbed Zenris?
Saray, stand back! Saray!
Layla, if we purify him, we can save Gramps, right? Layla! Gramps!
Do you feel it? The pain of hurting one's beloved children?
Heldolf!
Go on, save him, if you can.
That's the dumbest thing ever.
Gramps! Gramps!
You monster! Just kick his ass! Then we can talk!
I can get behind that.
Yeah, if we just wail and moan, we're sunk.
Did he just summon one of those booty short
I thought
tigers?
you had a way to sever the
did.
bonds of Hellions. Why aren't you using it on me?
I knew he was
Oh my goodness, the tiger itself is level 80.
doing something, but
This is worse than using Zenris as a hostage.
Saving your guardian would require you to sacrifice your comrades. But if you use it now, you'll never defeat me. It's quite the quandary, isn't it, Shepard?
Heldolf! How could you?
You know, for someone who's trying to make a world free of suffering, you're really making me suffer a lot. You're literally spreading unhappiness to people. Sorry, unlike Mr. Artorias, I can't quite get behind what you're trying to do. Like, with Artorias, I think I understood a little because people were alive. They were kind of zombied, and he kept them tame in a way, but I could see through his twisted view how everything was alive and still moving. With Heldolf, I'm not entirely sure I understand. He's like, you won't have to suffer if I make you suffer. Like, he's of course corrupted by malevolence, so that's one thing, but... Can you leave? Get the Dullahan away from me. I need to resurrect someone.
Rose! Embarrassing.
Appear,
Uh-oh, she's probably dead already.
Calamity Flare! Appear, Flames! Calamity Flare! Appear, Flames! Calamity Appear, Flames! Calamity Flare!
This is how you beat hard mode. I figured out the truth.
Appear,
You understand now how meaningless it is to resist?
You know more than anyone what it is to suffer. How could you inflict that same pain on other people?
I didn't become this way by my own hand. It was you people, your sins.
Shut up! I'll never let you have your way!
Calamity Appear, Flames! Calamity Flare!
Yes.
Appear, Flames!
This is the final battle you all have been waiting for.
Appear, Flames! Come forth!
Where I use this spell to make it through.
Calamity Flare!
And basically solo it, because, you know, allies are useless in this game. Oh my goodness. Guys, I need you to get back up. This isn't gonna work if you're all dead.
Flow forth! Burning Echo!
Weakling!
Blood Moon!
Come forth! Weakling!
Burn away!
Come forth!
Burn! Burning Shards! Purgatory of Flame!
Oh shit.
You disappoint me, Shepard.
Okay, going back to simple. I honestly think I could do it, but it would be me just spamming Calamity Flare over and over and over again, because he's level 100 and he's blocking literally everything. So, back to simple we go, just so I can get this over with. To believe that there's still difficulties above this racks my brain. Like, with Berseria, I could see it, but here it's just like, no. No way in hell.
We cannot avoid.
Alright, let's see the difference. On Simple, he is level 64.
This
Red
battle.
freezing
I'm
blue.
not
Is this his second phase? I think it is.
They're resilient. Don't just charge in there.
Grams!
You monster! Just kick his ass! Then we can talk!
I can get behind that.
Yeah, if we just wail and moan, we're sunk.
Ocean blitz. As your assault.
May your soul
I thought you had a way to sever the bonds of Hellion. Why aren't you using it on me?
I knew he
hasn't finished yet!
Come on, Heldolf.
Saint Zero. Blistering
Just take the water arrows and be happy.
Flash.
Yes.
Blue flurry. Ocean
Good.
blitz.
We can do this. I mean,
Aim and fire.
it's more hype than being on hard difficulty and losing to him over and over and over again.
Blistering fangs.
Or even
Saint
normal,
Zero. Blistering fangs.
honestly.
Blue
This
flurry.
works for me. I'm happy doing this.
Blue flurry. Ocean blitz.
Retreat for now!
I've suffered the majority of the game.
Blue flurry. Ocean blitz. Break on through. Aim and fire. Here goes. Binding vortex. What?
Oh, shit.
This is bad. Watch your flurry.
Strong enough.
Mr. Heldolf,
I need a hand.
I was
Have
joking.
some
We don't need to
Rising sand.
pull out any mystic arts.
You're pretty much screwed.
Take this. I need a hand.
Do you understand now how meaningless it is to resist?
You know more than anyone what it is to suffer. How could you inflict that same pain on other people?
I didn't become this way by my own hand. It was you people, your sins.
Shut up! I'll never let you have your way!
Didn't he already say this?
Rising
I feel like he already said this earlier.
Bird.
Even on Simple, he could still one-shot me. Okay. Well, at least that's with his mystic art, so it's understandable. But still.
We can't hold back. Mayor fire. Saint Zero. Blistering fangs. Binding vortex.
Ground fire!
Burst. This one's tough. Don't slack on defense. Aim and fire.
Lord of Fire!
Blistering
Crimson
fangs.
Flame!
Yes.
May it burn your soul! Claw bears!
And they use that on the Dullahan
That burst.
instead of Heldolf.
Break on through.
Good work, Rose.
Flare!
Focusing the important targets.
Lightning strike!
I just realized he uses some of the spells that I have.
Here it comes. Blistering fangs. Open the way forth.
He's using the water stream that I'm using right now, in fact.
Tide?
Blistering fangs. Aim and fire.
May your soul
Have your hands tied?
go under! Cap!
Aim and fire. Here it goes. Binding vortex. Blue flash.
Vermilion rain! Blazing tempest!
Saint Zero. Here it goes.
Crimson
Pierce the skies. Arrow squall.
Do you understand now how meaningless it is to resist?
You know more than anyone what it is to suffer. How could you inflict that same pain on other people?
I didn't become this way by my own hand. It was you people, your sins.
Shut up! I'll never let you have your way!
Ready?
I hope that doesn't somehow hit me. It didn't. Good.
Binding vortex. Blue flurry.
Quickly.
Ocean blitz. As your assault. Blue flash.
Dancing flame!
Blue flurry.
Fire!
Breakdown. As your assault.
Flow force! Burning echo! Ignite flame!
Blue flurry. Breakdown. Blue flurry. Ocean blitz. Break on through. Charge. Rose, come back. Aim and fire. Break on through. Blue flurry. Breakdown. As your assault. Aim and fire. Here it goes. Open the way forth. Saint Zero. Here it goes. Open the
Good
way
job,
forth.
Zaveid. You knocked him off the ground for a second.
Ocean blitz.
Uh-oh.
Come to me.
Zoray, stay away.
Everything okay, Zaveid? Ocean blitz. Break on through.
If he gets close enough, we're done. End of story.
Quickly.
Ocean blitz. As your assault.
Earthshaker!
Blue flash. Burst.
Okay, he's down. No, he's
Rose,
not.
Wait! I won't ask you to understand, or ask you not to hate me. So please, let me do this.
But Rose, please, there must be some other way.
You can't stand the thought of losing your own family. Isn't that precious?
Screw you! Gramps, Muse, none of them would have had to die if it weren't for you! It's all your fault!
Yeah, you're not the ones who suffered for such a foolish decision.
So, what will you do?
I'll work it out somehow! That's what I promised!
This is not the place for a squire.
Saray!
This is something that I have to do myself.
What?
Thank you, Rose, for everything.
Saray!
Idiot!
Saray.
Stand back, everybody.
I won't let you carry this by yourself.
You're not fit to save anyone!
Lose Rav Roulette!
You know full well the
He
rules,
means,
right?
and that's the very
You
reason.
idiot.
I know. It all depends. I humbly
the path
accept.
you believe in.
And live your life to the fullest. And I know you will not go astray.
Gramps, I won't forget this pain. Ever!
This is actually kind of cool, I have to say. Oh, he's finally using the bow's melee mode, which for some reason I can't use in almost anything.
Saray, Mikleo, well done.
Oh man, that's a...
Your resistance is such that you would dirty your own hands? So be it. I shall grant you true loneliness. Now tell us!
He just cut off his own line. Oh, he just armatized with Maltellus. Oh, that sucks. I have to say, that moment was really... I wish... I know this is a horrible thing to say, because a lot of people worked really hard on this game, but I really wish that the people from Berseria could redo this entire game. I'm serious, they have perfect pacing with cutscenes. There, it just cut awkwardly from them killing him to immediately them crying on the floor. No stuttering, no anything. Just immediate tears and on the floor. And I know you're saying, like, but that's what would happen if you killed someone like that. But, like, no, there's lead up to it. And the fact that Heldolf just cut off one of his own lines in the final scene? Like, really?
Your resolve. Before me, all of it is worthless.
No turning back for either of us now. If we did, it would negate everything we've ever done. Isn't that right, Heldolf?
Think not to lecture me, urchin.
Urchin? That's the insult you're coming up with? Okay, I honestly don't know how to deal with his attacks, because they just hit everywhere.
Remember, we can only afford to use it 4 times.
Fire us at him while armatized as the ultimate attack!
Make sure you pull the trigger when he stumbles so you don't miss.
It'll take stones to pull it off. Can you handle it?
I'll be supporting you too! We can do it, Saray!
Yeah!
Release my spirit!
Ocean Blitz!
Release my spirit! Release my spirit!
I'm having a really hard time doing any amount of damage to him.
I'm in a tight spot!
I need a hand!
Unleash your hidden power!
I have to be armatized or else I'm just gonna die from taking too much.
Azure Assault!
Let's do our best!
Wait, don't push yourself, Lila! Burst!
Well, I can still dodge it somehow.
Glimmer Dragon!
No! Ocean Blitz! Azure Assault! Too close!
Doesn't look good.
Burst!
Heal my
Breakdown!
ailment.
No! Breakdown! Azure Assault!
Gather and grant me
Saints
protection.
Arrow! Ocean Blitz! Azure Assault!
Barrier.
Really, all this fight is so far is hitting her in the face and then backstepping.
As your assault!
Sleeping dragon!
This is bad.
And then watching my party members die.
Breakdown! As your assault! Edna, be careful!
Idiot.
You need healing, bad.
Yes!
Breakdown! Break on through! Spirit cleansing! Saint Zero! Breakdown!
So do I.
There! Saint Zero! Ocean Blitz! Break on through! Aim and fire!
You may feel a slight
Open the way forth!
Guard decay!
Lord of Wind! Burst! Ha!
I mean, at least I see the dragonness from Maltalis like kind of seeping through the design. I like it.
Ocean Blitz! Dirty Spirit cleansing!
I can't get any of my mystic arts off on him because he doesn't... What is he doing? I just realized I can target his hands. Of course I can.
Saint Zero!
Uh-oh.
Burst!
Thou art but
Breakdown!
void and
As your
nothing.
assault!
Where
Blue
the
Flurry!
heavens shine.
Breakdown!
I better heal.
There!
Thou wait at the gate.
Go, Saray! Heldolf, the Azure Vortex!
I'll stop it!
Aqua Limit!
How
Cool.
cruel and thoughtless of you. You've given up someone you called a friend. And what has it earned you? Nothing. A meaningless death.
We're going to stick to our beliefs, right until the very end! Sword Flare! 5000 Flash! Searing Gale! Blade Fang! Earth Dragon Fang!
Away with you.
Please keep your body under. I don't need to see what's down there. Edna, we're up. So I have to sacrifice someone every time. Oh, he just stunned me. It's not good. Gonna try hitting his hands, because
I need a hand!
getting rid of these might do something.
Giant Echo Shot!
Or it could just be another point on him I can hit. It's kind of unclear.
Rising Sand! Cry out! Take this! Ready, go!
I can't do that. He will just hit me and knock me out of it.
Rampaging Giant! What? Rampaging Giant! Scrap Toss! Ready, go!
Ancient Nova!
Go down!
Cry out! Rock Ringer! Quiver! Shake 'em out!
Release
Echo Shot! Take this! Rising Sands!
Ground fire!
Rampaging Giant! That won't work! Scrap Toss! Ready, go!
See if I can...
Don't push yourself, Lila!
Nope.
Echo Shot!
I cannot.
Be gone! Cry out! Take this!
To the depths.
Rising
Oh, here this comes again. Sorry, Edna, you're up next.
Scrap Toss!
Thou art but void and nothingness.
Be gone!
Where the
Echo
heavens
Shot!
Now go, Saray.
Heldolf! The strength of an Earth Titan!
Let's end this!
Sorry, Edna.
Revolution!
I wasn't strong enough.
Torrents of futile.
We're all still fighting!
That's right!
Violent projection!
Don't you get that?
You fools are blind to reality.
Double
Dragon Blade! Virulent Shards!
Away with
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Not this time! Dragon Blade! Carve my path! Wind Blade! Dragon Blade! Fear my... Not this time!
Rave into the earth.
Okay, I'm gonna have to resurrect them myself.
Rose!
Embarrassing.
Strike!
Away,
Rend!
Although I'm not sure if there's even any point.
Glimmer Dragon!
Seems like she might just... I just realized how quickly the item bar goes down. For those of you who haven't noticed, there's an item bar in the top left corner that shows up every time I use an item. And that's how long till I can use another one. I noticed while I'm on simple, it goes down exceedingly quickly.
Rose!
Away with you.
Sorry about this.
Torrent Spear!
Like, no time at all.
Not this time! Dragon Blitz! Ha! Not this time! Here goes! Virulent Shards! Strike!
This doesn't
Rose,
look
get
good.
back!
Oh, she's down again.
Dragon Blitz! Damn it! Pull together!
Away with you.
Yeah! Oh! Not this time! Dragon Blitz! Virulent Shards! Yeah! Strike! Here goes! Virulent Shards! You feel it?
Sleep in
Soul resonance.
Guys, get back up.
Embarrassing.
Strike. Here goes.
And now heal yourself.
Shards. Go. Whirlwind slash. You feel it? Soul resonance. Rain. Carve my path. Not this time. Shred him. Razor vortex. You feel it?
It's just me, or can I not use any of my mystic arts?
What? Torrent.
He really just... He's pulling out every single move I've already seen before. I wanted to heal myself, not her.
My wings. Violent project torrent spear.
This might be bad.
You feel it?
Really, Zaveid, it might be bad.
What?
My
You
consciousness
feel it?
extends to the depths.
Soul
Thou
resonance.
dwellst in a depth.
I can't heal myself with soul resonance for some reason. Oh, is it because of the fatigue?
Despair.
Violent project. Here goes.
Okay, let's just peach shell ourselves real quick.
Heavens and earth.
Strike.
Thou
Here
art
goes.
but
Fearless
void and
charge.
nothingness. Where the
Strike.
heavens
Here goes.
shine,
Fear
there
my
will
wings.
I.
Glimmer dragon.
Thou wait
Wind
at the
blade. Here
gates
goes.
of hell.
Fearless shards.
Come,
Wind
thunder
blade. Here
of
goes.
the gods.
Fearless shards.
This is your
Am I not going to be fast enough here?
feeble ones. Return to nothingness.
Did I just fail like a DPS check or something? Do I have to do enough damage to stop him from doing that? That kind of sucks, but okay. In preparation, let's eat some nice food. Because I think I have to do all that over again.
Burrowing dragon.
I do have to say the fight's actually a little buggy. So I'm running on semi-auto, which makes it so that if you're not close enough, your character will run towards them and hit them. And the reason why that's a big deal is because if you're not, you can easily miss tons of attacks because the characters won't face the correct way. But when he moves his hand back off the platform, it just pushes Saray into an infinite run until he moves his hand again.
Wind blade. Carve my path. Healing powers. Strike. Here goes. Fearless shards.
Lightning strike.
I guess I should probably go back to hitting his face since this is causing problems.
Proper leg.
Torrent spear. Carve my path.
Away with you.
Trinity arrow. Strike. Torrent spear.
My
Carve my
conscience
path.
extends to the depths.
Violent
Okay, here we go. Here's this
To
again.
the depths of despair.
Come forth.
I command the heavens.
You know what to do, Saray.
Heldolf. The
Goodbye,
wind that shall
Zaveid.
lead the way.
The time is now.
Zestiria!
Oh,
Crimson
the
flame.
passion with which
Thoughtless of you.
Zaveid
You've given
screamed
up
that.
someone you called a friend. And what has it earned you? Nothing. A meaningless death.
Vermilion crescent.
We're going to stick to our beliefs. Right until the very end.
Echo shot. Roar.
Sleep
I need a
into
hand.
He's about to go into the
Rising sand. Echo shot.
DPS mode again. I'm pretty sure.
extends to
Yeah, here we go.
Thou dwellst in the depths of despair.
This. Iron curtain scrap
Command the
tops.
heavens and earth.
Ready? Go.
Glimmer dragon.
Thou
Punch.
art but void
Now go,
and
Saray.
nothingness.
Goodbye,
Heldolf,
Edna.
The strength of an Earth Titan.
Let's end this.
Earth Revolution.
Fracture.
Futile.
We're all still fighting.
That's right.
Freezing
Don't you
fracture.
get that?
You fools are blind to reality.
Glimmer dragon. Lightning tiger
Aiming
blade.
fire. Blistering bang. Blue flurry. Blue flurry.
I'm surprised that hit me.
Explode.
I don't think it's even possible to stun him.
Deluge.
I'm in a tight
Pull
spot.
together.
I think I actually managed to stun Artorias when I was fighting him once.
Ocean blitz. Scatter and crush.
Up here, flames.
My
Blue flash.
consciousness extends
Calamity
to the depths.
flare.
Saints
Thou
arrow.
dwellst
Blistering
in the
bang.
depths
Spiking
of
vortex.
despair.
Fire.
Now's my chance.
I command the heavens
Go
and earth.
down, Heldolf.
Thou art but
Ancient
void
Fire.
and
Blistering
nothingness.
bangs. Now's my chance.
Where the heavens shine.
Heldolf,
Go,
please.
Saray. Heldolf.
Go.
The Azure Vortex.
I'll stop it.
Aqua Limit.
Guys, get even.
Your
Okay.
squire can no longer armatize. This is the end.
Don't be so sure of that.
Neither of you cherish your lives.
You just
No,
noticed?
this is actually
We're
way
ready
more
for this.
efficient, because with her not armatizing, that means less people to heal and worry about.
Breakthrough! No escape! Blood moon!
What are you doing back there, Rose? Get closer.
Away with you!
Blood moon! Focus your efforts!
Yeah, I got ya.
What is he doing? Oh!
No escape! Purifying flames! Breakthrough! Scorched power! Ignite flames!
I just noticed that this isn't like
Lightning
a
tiger
dark room or something and he's hanging out the bottom of it. He brought us to some like weird time-space dimension.
Away with you!
Fiery burst, that doesn't sound good.
Wall! Crimson cross!
Swing! And that didn't work. Stop using water against Lila, he knows.
Last one! Ray of fire! Scorched power! Tower of blood! Come forth!
Away with you!
I'm not done yet.
Scorched valley!
Freeze!
What? Breakthrough! Scorched valley!
Come on, just go down, Heldolf.
Consciousness extends.
Here we go.
No escape! Ignite
Thou
flames!
dwellst in the depths of despair. I command the heavens and earth.
I just realized I can't even use my Mystic Arts in here. I can only use these.
Where the
Now's your chance, Zaveid.
Okay, Lila, goodbye, you're the last one.
Yeah!
Rose, I don't mean to...
The white flames
How
of
are you doing that?
purification!
Final curtain call.
Flow bears!
We did it, everyone.
Did we actually?
It's all over.
I don't feel like it is. That can't be it.
Have you run out of options?
Saray?
Oh.
Saray! Why? You idiot!
No more words, I take it.
Let's do this!
I really wanted Heldolf to turn around and be like, "Are you out of options? I still have plenty of tricks up my sleeve." And then it just like pans to his perspective, and it's like, "Oh God, please don't figure out that the dragon thing was all I had. Please don't figure that out."
Weakling!
At least your moveset's kind of shitty, Heldolf, admittedly. Oh shit, he's resistant to
Weakling!
physical damage. That's all I have now. Heldolf,
Under arrest,
please.
Weakling!
Wait, no. I have other damage. What am I saying?
Crimson edge! Slice through air!
Just I can only use arts now, pretty much.
Weakling!
Lion's howl! Yeah!
Weakling!
Ha!
Okay, I actually had to restart my recording setup because for some reason it just died on me. That was strange. Just picking some of the moves I like a bit more. Here we go.
Weakling!
Nope! Beast thunder! Rick circle!
I just realized we have lightning like Heldolf has.
Weakling!
Beast
Look.
thunder!
Huh.
Weakling!
Blade fang!
You've under arrest, Weakling!
Rick circle! Flow and surge! Focus! Ha! Rick circle! Yeah. Fear the storm!
Weakling!
Nope! Flow and surge! Evil be gone! Crimson edge! Crimson edge! It's time!
Come on, Heldolf. What is this?
Not to end it all. Very well.
Heldolf!
Shepherd!
Lions!
Lions!
Howl! This is
Impossible!
My everything!
In case you don't remember, Lion's Howl was the art that Sergei taught us way back when. There he is.
Mautelus.
Oh, I can actually move Saray forward. He can only walk very slowly. I can't do anything. No panic.
You've achieved your goal. You've avenged your guardian, your comrades.
That I have.
This age of chaos will not end.
I like how he winds up sitting on Artorias' throne. I do love the parallel of this game. It's the shepherd stopping the Lord of Calamity here, and the other time it's the Lord of Calamity stopping the shepherd. I do love that. Do I just get to walk up to him and stab him in the chest?
That sword through me, a new Lord of Calamity will be born.
I don't know, the last one wasn't that bad compared to you. You're just kind of an asshole.
Do it. Only then will you fully understand.
Sure. I'm holding down square right now. That's why Saray's not thrusting it.
I'm sorry that this was the only way to save you. Good night, Heldolf. Your life of eternal solitude is at last over.
You dare fight back, even until the very end. I can't stand it.
Oh. Since they were lodged in his body? Opposite, you're looking kind of gnarly there.
Thank you.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, it's Maven's grave. Sorry for upcoming harsh language, but seriously, Maven, fuck you and your paper plates. I'm sorry. No sympathy for you at this moment. Hey, it's that mercenary guy. And they're like, we're out of the job now. Thanks, Saray.
What do you mean we can't put steaks in the chow hall?
Sergei's like, no, we have to have vegetables too, not just protein. And then she's like, I am also a firm believer of vegetables.
They're like, damn.
Is that supposed to be Saray? I mean, I forgot to see Alicia off before I came, but... you know, it's fine. Saray just flew by her ear and it's like, just yell at them. It's like, oh, thanks, Saray. And Rose is the only one left. So, that finishes up Tales of Zestiria. Once again, I am super sorry for those of you guys who wanted me to do absolutely everything. But I have reasoning for doing as I did. First of all, I have to say, the game was okay. At first, I had higher expectations, and I thought everyone was just crazy. I love how it's just Gramps. It's not even the guy's name, it's just Gramps. At first, I thought everyone was just crazy, and they were overreacting to how, oh, look at it, they're so cute. That sequence of them having to kill their grandfather was, like, heart-wrenching. Even more so than the ending, where I had to shoot off Lila and all those other ones. But, like, oh, I'm gonna try to stay on topic, because last time I did this during the Berseria credits, I just kinda kept getting distracted by the cute pictures they keep putting on the side to make you feel bad. But, at first I had really high hopes, because I came in and people were all like, oh, you don't even want to play this, it's garbage. And, at first I was like, no, I'm having a lot of fun, but the more and more I got through the game, the less I found myself interested in the world, and the less focus I felt the world has. With Berseria, I remember having vivid conversations about almost every single location I go to. About their culture, how they live, what their deal is. Aizen talking about pots and things. Rokuro talking about how his family had been there or whatever. And Lofset talking about books he's... Oh my god, look at all those Tales games. Lofset talking about all those books he read and all that stuff. And I honestly felt this world... I could not feel like it was real. I could not immerse myself in it. The locations seemed hollow, with hardly anything to them. I want to say the politics were so low cut and underwhelming they might as well not have been in there at all. There was such little focus on the political side of things that when this giant war comes about and you're trying to focus on Alicia doing things, I really don't understand the political, like, what's going on politically, why wars are happening, who the major rulers are, who is king at this time, who is... You know, I mean, it doesn't seem to matter too much, but it'd be nice to know since Suray's getting dragged into this gigantic war. If I had to talk about the main plot, I feel like it's convolutedly simple, is the word I'd use for it. And if you're wondering, like, what does that mean? When I say it's convolutedly simple, I mean that it jumps all over the place. I just realized it's animated, wow. I don't think any of the ones in Berseria were. Oh, there's Mikleo carrying him now. Second, I thought that was Velvet, the way his face looked. But the story, I feel like you start it, and it's, alright, you're the shepherd now, you're gonna fight the Lord of Calamity, here we go. And that's not exactly how it goes down. I spent a good portion of the game. I love how Edna's barely running. She's just like, you're so slow. But, Sky Lemon? Lemon Sky? Never heard of that animation company before. Over time, I feel like the game made us focus on Heldolf again and again and again. Forever, I just kept picking up these orbs that told me the history of Heldolf. And in the end, after all of that focus on him, I wound up disliking him greatly. Like, he felt like a generic, I'm going to destroy the world because it's not perfect villain. And he also... refused to see that through. I hate to compare this to its sequel, but with Artorias, he legitimately saw that to some people he looked crazy. He saw that Velvet has her own views, and to try and talk her out of that is kind of stupid. And that's why when Velvet meets Artorias, they both just kind of have this nod towards each other, and they have this understanding of each other, like, I get you, but I still think differently, so let's get this over with. With here, it was Heldolf turning to, like, the most petty possible insults and trying to come up with these stupid plans. Like, I put your grandfather in my hand. Now you have to kill him. Which did wind up being a really cool moment because it was really kind of heart-wrenching thinking about it. But really, you had to put, like, a dumb little face in his hand? It's kind of hard to take that part seriously, but, And also the characters. I like the characters this time around, I really do, but I don't feel like I've had enough time with each of them to really know what they're about. Who knows, close to the end we could have had a quest for every single person that's like, here's one for Lila, here's one for Mikleo, here's one for this person, but the story overall, I really don't feel like I understood some of them. Like, Lila kept to herself a lot, and I could see why she did with her oath and all that. And I felt like Mikleo and Saray were a bit on the bland side. Not that that's bad. Oh, she's sending off an origami bird for Dezel. And Dezel is another one I want to bring up. I don't think I like Dezel. I think he was the only party member in the game I disliked. I'm going to be quiet for this cutscene just in case. Just in case. Wait, is that... Those are the Scattered Bones members, aren't they? They're old. And that's the next shepherd, isn't it? And there's Uno. Was that Uno? Oh, and they're following him too. And he has Saray's book. Showing that the cycle's gonna have to start over again. But I do understand a bit of why Lila feels that way and why it's so hard for her to talk about the past shepherds. And it's kind of cool now that I think about it, showing right here, right now, that Edna and Zaveid and Mikleo have to go through this cycle again after watching Saray die. Like, they're willing to help out the next shepherd. That must have been particularly tough on Mikleo specifically. Because, like, he's lost his best friend. And his best friend lost him. And it was just kind of a hard thing to go through. What are they looking at? Oh, that's Maven's grave. I was like, what is that? Because it looks like almost like a hammer. Just the way it's shaped. But yeah, back to talking about Dezel. I honestly didn't really like Dezel that much. How do I say this? He shows up, he acts really edgy for a while, but I can't really complain about that part because Berseria. He starts talking about revenge and how revenge is the most important thing. And then we climb up to the top of his damn wind temple where he's supposed to learn this valuable lesson about how important life is and to savor things and to not just throw it away. And then he literally just 5 seconds later almost throws away Rose's life trying to kill Simone. Like, it's like that temple meant literally nothing and he just ignored all of it. It was kind of annoying, and it caused me not to like him. Luckily, you get Zaveid, and Zaveid is a really fun character. I'm glad he was here. I saw him on the box, and I was like, that must mean he's a party member or something, but that doesn't sound right. And I got Dezel, and I'm like, well, I guess not. But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, well, there's still room. Oh, look at them as kids just exploring ruins. I still managed to feel sad at the end, though. Whoa. Artorias' earth blocks. Oh, these are cute little animations. Oh, that's so sweet. So I still managed to feel... Oh, this is new also. Is that Artorias' throne? Damn, that is like the hot spot for this series. Who is that? Is that Alicia? I think I see a spear, but kind of hard to tell. No, that's Mikleo. And he's older. He has long hair. He looks so much cooler. And he's going through a lava temple. He's still a ruins nut, huh? Now he's going back to the water temple. None of the temples actually look like this, mind you. Like, I don't remember these rooms. Wait, isn't that where Saray fell through that skylight? No, this is a different place. This is the water temple, I think. Oh, just like the beginning. Is that the new shepherd or is it Saray? Better be Saray. And he did survive somehow. Somehow. I'm fine with that. I am absolutely fine with that. Getting a semi-happy ending right at the end, unlike Berseria's, where party members disappear forever. I'm fine for that change. Legendary Seraphic Art Key. Key for reawakening ancient seraphic arts. It's a mystery why Heldolf had it. Congratulations on finishing the game. You have the option to save clear data now. By loading the clear data, you can continue your game from the point right before the final battle. Additionally, there will be a New Game Plus option added to the title screen. New Game Plus will allow you to start a new game with your clear data carried over. I feel like I still want to talk a bit more about the game before I... Because I don't know if this is going to be the last episode or if I'm going to go back and do things. I do still have Alicia's DLC. I want to avoid copyright on that. Yeah, I do still have Alicia's story. So I think I'm probably still going to go through that. I don't know if there's anything I missed that's impertinent and I will regret forever not experiencing. Because people told me that about the same things in, like, Berseria, and I got, like, mixed reactions from that all over the place. I got people saying, oh, you know, the endgame dungeon doesn't even matter that much. It's just a dumb, annoying last dungeon that takes forever to get through. And other people are like, no, you have to go through it. It gives you world-changing, pertinent information. And, like, this argument goes for anything and almost any side quest in the game. As where people will tell me, you need to do this, it's super important. And then other times people will tell me, it's really not that important. So that's something that always is kind of hard to get through. But yeah, let's talk about some other things in the game that I liked and didn't like so much. At first, I really did like Armatization. I really did, but the way that combat flows in Zestiria and the way that enemies are balanced is probably what pushed me away closer to the end than anything else. Or did I say Berseria? I meant to say Zestiria. The combat in Zestiria is annoying, and the way it plays out in combo variety is not very good. By that, what I mean is, it works in a similar way to Berseria, where you have your 4 moves, and then if you push the right trigger button, you can link it and go to your next thing. But the problem is, every character plays kind of samey, and I don't want to say they're exactly the same, but in Berseria, they made sure every single character had their own little thing going for them. They all had their own little mechanic. And although they played differently here, I didn't really feel that much of a difference. Plus the fact that I honestly couldn't afford to switch characters. The gear dependence I hit in this game was so heavy that I could not play anyone but Saray individually because they would die. Because Saray was the only person I could give enough time to max out his gear, and he wasn't even still maxed out. And I have to use all of them, and the game expects me to max out all 5 or 6 characters, and that's not happening. Also, the combos just felt clunky, especially when armatized. When you're armatized, you can do a maximum of like a 3-hit combo, and I think sometimes maybe 4, but it just doesn't flow. Like, you can't do ultra long combos without your party members to continue the combo for you, but half the time your party members die to something and you can't keep them alive for more than 5 seconds, so your combos often end at 3, and the party member death was aggravating. In Berseria, Laphicet could heal you, Magalu could heal you, Aizen could heal you, I think even to some extent Eleanor had healing capabilities. In this game, no one does. Only when you're armatized can you be healed, and that healing fell off at the end of the game. Like, at the current level I was at, I stopped using the art healing because it didn't do anything. It just wasn't strong enough. It fell off completely, and I had to rely completely on items. So, I think this is the worst combat I've ever seen in a Tales game. Ever. In my opinion. But, combat aside, as I was saying before, the level balancing was quite poor. I almost beat level 104 Heldolf in, like, phase 1 and 2, but I was struggling against gorillas with axes on normal. And it just jumps all over the place. It's annoying. Because I'll just go to some place and I'll beat them just fine. I'll go to some random side quest and it will destroy me. I fought that goddamn tree for like 5 hours. Total. Not all at once. I'm not that crazy. But getting off of gameplay, because that makes me upset. The story we talked about. The characters, once again, I really do love. The soundtrack, I know you guys couldn't hear it very well. I thought it was serviceable. I don't think there was any tracks that really hit me aside from those 2 vocal tracks, but that's a little composer's trick right there where you introduce a vocal track in a very powerful moment and people can take, oh, this is an amazing song away from it. Although I do agree, I actually really like the song. And the intro song is pretty cool too. I actually prefer it without vocals because I'm the type of person that doesn't want vocals with anything. I'd prefer almost everything to be instrumental, but that's just because I'm a weirdo. Lastly, I just want to say that NPCs outside of the main party are so sparse. That was another thing I noticed, is that the world has a hard time feeling real and alive because the NPCs are non-existent or throwaway. And so are your choices. As I said right before we went into, I think it was last episode even, but Soray's choices just don't matter. They give you a bunch of these weird choice options, but they're so dumb. It's like, Saray, do you want to use your power and scare thousands of people, or do you just want to wait? Like, they're silly and goofy little things. Unlike the ones in Xillia 2, where they felt like they actually really mattered. And where they felt like, and where characters reacted to it properly. And there were many of them. I think there were at least like 20-something decisions in Xillia 2. And they had the decision-making system right there. Just fine. Wasn't anything too major like Dragon Age level of decisions, but it wasn't anything minor like this. And tell me, how many major NPCs can you name outside the main party? There's Heldolf. There's Sergei. Tell me about all those other interesting NPCs aside from them. Well, I mean, there's Simone, who I honestly felt like fell into this weird lapse of nonsensicalness. I know people were able to pull meaning from what she said while she was crying. I'm sorry, I'm kind of messing up my own speech right now. Simone was another weird character where I feel like they tried to dump everything about her on you at once, and it wound up feeling shallow and kind of confusing. Like, she just drops down to her knees and starts crying and talking about how things are real and fake and how she'll be alone forever, and basically like 5 different topics, and some of you guys were able to pull things out from what she was talking about, but I also got several comments saying like, what the hell is she going on about? And the truth of that is, I just didn't find her very interesting at all. So, yeah, I think that's all I have to say about Zestiria. Will I be playing more Tales games in the future? Definitely. The next Tales game that comes out, consider that like a day 1 LP. I don't hate Tales, don't think that in any way, because I ended this series early. And I still think this game is alright. I think it's decent. This isn't a Shadows of Valentia level, I need to get this done, I hate it, this whole thing's terrible. Because that's a completely different thing to me. I thought this game was alright, and if you want to see that content that's right at the end of the game, I would urge you to buy it and enjoy the game for yourself. Or if you're afraid that you also won't like the game, consider buying the Vesperia remaster that's coming out soon, because that is one of the better ones. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your attentiveness throughout all of this, and for the support on this series. I really do appreciate it. And if you have any suggestions for other series or anything like that, leave a comment down below. And thank you for watching. See you guys in the next series. Raiden out.